So I was given the book by Kerry Roberts, my producer, who produced the film. I read the book very quickly, to be honest, because I had a real fascination with like institutions and prisons and stories around that kind of stuff. And I'd heard only a little bit of stuff about conversion therapy. So I went into it with this sort of weird fascination, this morbid curiosity. And what I came out of it with was this story of this family that you get to know, and the pain and confusion and love that is in that family. And it's felt to me like a really hopeful version of a conversion therapy story to tell and turn into a movie, because ultimately the re-examination of the choices and the strength that the central character gathers has such a hopeful message ultimately that could be a real identifier and guide for other people who are going through similar experiences. Well, yeah, the cool thing is, I mean, sadly, the shocking thing that people will know is that Boy Erased is a conversion therapy story, and you'd think it might be set in the 50s or the 60s. It was actually not that long ago that Garrett went there. In fact, 2004 and 5. So, you know, Russell and Nicole and Lucas all got to meet the people that they were playing, and it was important for me to play Cupid in that way, to make sure that Lucas and Garrett spent time together. Nicole and the real mother and Russell and the real father got to have contact. And it really enriched the film in a lot of ways. You know, and it really helped me to have movie stars like Nicole and Russell to give the movie a bigger platform. And they're such compassionate people. And Lucas is no slouch as a young man. So I was very lucky to have built that family out of those 3 actors. Well, you know, it was important, you know, when you watch the film, there's a real important thing for me to not turn anybody into a villain. Even the people running the therapy, the parents that sent him to the place, I really do believe that everybody was trying to help. They thought they were trying to help, and that decisions were born out of love, which sounds complicated, and it is. I went and met with the man that I play in the movie, and he was very open-hearted and open-minded to sharing information with me. He now believes that therapy does not work at all, and he's turned his back on it and speaks out against it too. But I found him to be an incredibly charismatic man, which when he was running the therapy would have been a really off-putting, I think, thing for a young person to go, I feel safe in your hands, and this is the man helping me to try and turn myself straight. And there's something very mentor-like about him and charismatic that I had also kind of, I was quite amazed by his energy, and I thought it'd be a very interesting character to tackle for myself. Well, I mean, in the limited time we have here, I could point this pin out, which is the Trevor Project's incentive for 50 bills for 50 states. Currently, there are 14 states that have banned conversion therapy, which means that 36 states still allow conversion therapy on minors, on young people. So this is an incentive to try and turn that around, at least on a political level. It is shocking to think that that's 2018 and that's still going on in such a prolific way, and it's happening in Australia. It's not just the United States. So, and there's ways that people can sort of do research on that. I mean, in conjunction with the film, we have a website called stoperasing.com, and if people are curious about learning more about it, it's a place to go.